I thought iZombie Season 1 was a promising start to this new show, and after watching Season 1 I was optimistic to jump straight into Season 2 to see how things would develop. iZombie Season 2 continues the adventures of Liv Moore with her zombie problems. I can say straight away that Season 2 is a huge improvement over the first season. In all aspects it is better, with its character development and character arcs mixed with the storyline and what they were able to do to set up Season 3. It was just a much better season on the whole. I'll start by talking about Liv. Liv this season is pretty much the same in Season 2 as she was in Season 1. She's not really given that much more development, however you can't really blame the writers for that due to the different personality each episode. However, I would like to see more flashbacks to the pre-zombie Liv Moore in Season 3. Also, was it just me, or in episode 15, who thought Rose MacGyver could have auditioned to play Cara Danvers on Supergirl? Just me? Now last season I was really impressed by Major, as he got much more to do than I assumed he would. Well, his story gets even more interesting in Season 2, which is great. Major massively links into the villain of this season, and he really is an influential character, and once again has one of the best character arcs on the whole show. Clive Babineau still remains to be one of my favourite characters on the show. Clive is just so cool with his screen presence, it is actually incredible. Clive goes through quite a lot this season. He gets a new love interest, which was great to see. He also gets a lot of revelation towards the end of the season, which I was really glad to see. It's just something that needed to happen, and it finally did, and that really clears a lot of things up. Now, one character I was conflicted over last time was Blaine. However, in Season 2 they made him exactly what I wanted. He became a side villain slash anti-hero, and he becomes a lot more relevant and interesting because of it. It was a huge improvement, and I love his character now. Now, the villain was Vondu Clark. He was a great villain, and he worked really well as a central main villain. He was evil in the fun and cartoon way, which I enjoyed. Also, his daughter, Rita, is also an accomplice, but she is a really interesting character who becomes quite important at the end of the season, which was also a really cool thing to see. They do set up the main villain for Season 3 very well, by linking them heavily to Vondu Clark, and I'm interested to see how, in Season 3, they influence the story. They also introduce a major side villain with Stacey Boss, who is a very fun villain who I can't wait to see develop further with his misadventures, especially when it involves Blaine. Overall, iZombie Season 2 was a huge improvement over Season 1. I really enjoyed all of the characters a lot more this time around, especially Blaine, and the whole overarching story was a lot better this time due to a stronger central villain being in play, and it made the narrative a lot more interesting and made the show a lot more easier to watch, as you were a lot more interested in the story and more interested in what was going to happen next. I give iZombie Season 2 an A-.